This is the second installment in a series of video tutorials, the purpose of which is to demonstrate how you can search databases using HDAS. The topics covered in this tutorial are as follows: using a wildcard search, combining rows, using the thesaurus. The asterisk can be used to search for alternative endings to words. Medic followed by an asterisk will return results for medic, medics, medicine, medicines, medication, medications, medical, medicinal, medicate, medicates, and medicated. You may not want all these words to be included, so you may want to include more letters before placing the asterisk, e.g. medicat followed by an asterisk. You can also specify the number of letters to search for after the asterisk. Medic followed by an asterisk and the number 2 will return results for medic, medics, and medical. The question mark can be used within a word to look for variations. Colour with a question mark between the letters O and R will return results for the American and English spellings of colour. You can combine the question mark with the asterisk. For example, colour with a question mark between the letters O and R followed by an asterisk would return results for both American and English spellings of colour, colourful, and colouring. Now I will consider the instances where you might want to combine rows. There are two ways you can combine rows. The first is using AND. Use AND to narrow your search and find articles that include all your keywords and phrases. For example, if you have one row for the search term heart failure and another row for the search term weight, then if you combine both of these terms using AND, your search results will only include articles that contain both terms in the title or abstract. The second way you can combine rows is using OR. Use OR to broaden your search and find articles that use alternative words and phrases. It is likely that there will be several words or phrases in common usage for a particular health issue, and if you can identify as many as possible, then you will find more articles on the topic you are interested in. You can use AND as well as OR combinations in a single search strategy. Combining rows may seem unusual if you are used to searching for most of your information on Google. HDAS does not work like Google. Google automatically filters out words in your search and makes guesses to find what it thinks is relevant. This makes searching on Google very fast, but it does not necessarily retrieve the most useful information. HDAS enables you to work in a more structured way. You can see the number of results as you go along for each search line, and get a more accurate picture of what has been published on the topic you are interested in. Because of the structured way you need to work with HDAS, it is worthwhile planning your search. Start with the research question. For example, can telehealth technology be used to improve the health literacy of patients with COPD? Once you have your research question, try using the PICO framework. This can be used to help you decide which words and phrases are important for your search. PICO, where P stands for patient or population, not an individual patient, but the characteristics of a patient, such as a female adult with type 1 diabetes. I stands for intervention. C stands for comparison. You don't have to look for a comparison, but it might be that you want to compare an intervention that you do not currently offer with one that you do. And O stands for outcome. This is most likely to be an improvement that you want to see. Here I have put the research question into the PICO framework. As you can see, I haven't entered patients with COPD, as patients with isn't going to be a useful term to search on. Avoid any words or phrases that could be irrelevant. Just use the key words. I have put a possible comparison in brackets, as it is not mentioned in the research question, but this is something that could be a relevant comparison. The research question specifies an improvement in health literacy. I have omitted the word improvement here because that introduces bias into the search. If you specify that an article must include the word improvement, then you may miss articles that present neutral or negative findings. The final step of planning your search is to think of alternative words or phrases which authors may have used to describe any elements of the PICO. If you know the subject well, you may know most of these, but you may need to do some preliminary reading on the topic to identify these. You could try searching on UpToDate in the first instance. I am now in a position to start searching the databases. I have decided to search CINAHL first. You may be tempted to choose the Select All option, but later in this tutorial we will look at using the thesaurus, and to do this it is necessary to search on individual databases. You can see that there is a row, also known as a search line, for each item from my PICO and the alternative words and phrases that I decided on. The results for each line are shown to the right. However, none of these are useful to me on their own. I need to combine these rows. I will start by combining COPD and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. I will use the OR operator as I want to find articles that include either of these terms. A new line appears for this combination. Here I have added two more lines. Line 8 is the combination of telehealth or telemedicine. Line 9 is the combination of health literacy or information literacy. I now want to combine the three combinations using the AND operator. I now have line 10. Unfortunately, this hasn't produced any results. I am now going to rerun this search on a different database. After selecting the line I want to rerun, I click the Rerun Searches button and then select a different database. Then I click the Rerun Selected button. All the lines are rerun in Medline to reach the final combination. This time there is one result. The details of the article can be seen here. I could now rerun the search in other databases, but instead I will rewrite the search strategy using subject headings. To find the relevant subject headings, I will use the thesaurus. To use the thesaurus, you can only have one database selected. This is because the subject headings that you find in the thesaurus are sometimes unique to a particular database. Subject headings are assigned to each article to identify what the article is about. When you search using subject headings, you may find relevant articles that you wouldn't have found otherwise, as it may pick up articles using alternative words or phrases that you haven't considered. Sometimes a word has more than one meaning and is used in a variety of contexts. This is why you will sometimes find irrelevant results. Using subject headings should increase the relevance of your results and help you find articles you may have missed using the free text search. To search the thesaurus, click the Thesaurus button once you have entered your word or phrase. If a match is found, it will be displayed as a hyperlink. There may be several. There is now a larger list of related terms that you can select. You can click the Explode box against a term to retrieve all records including that term, as well as all records including any narrower terms that are inset below the selected term. If I click the Explode box next to lung disease as obstructive, then it would also include pulmonary disease, chronic obstructive, and bronchitis chronic. You can click the major box if you want to limit results to those where the selected term is a key topic. It may be worthwhile doing this if you are getting a lot of results and you want to refine your search. The subheadings link enables you to refine your search by selecting subheadings. The scope link provides notes on the term, including related terms and contextual information. I will select pulmonary disease, chronic obstructive. I will click Search Now. If I had selected multiple terms, I could have used the OR AND operators to combine the search, or I could have chosen to search as individual queries. I will now close the thesaurus. Here I have used the thesaurus to find subject headings for all the terms in my Pico search. I exploded the term telehealth as the terms below it were also relevant. I then combined these rows. Using this method, I have found an article that wasn't retrieved when using the initial free text search. Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you have any queries, please contact us. You will find us in the Health Information Centre between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. on weekdays.